Josh Aldridge, it's more like Milwaukee. We're going to see if we can do this on the roof. The signal's definitely been in and out. Also trying to adjust my microphone and see if that's working at all. Let's see what we can do. See if this helps at all. It's one of the many reasons why I broadcast in 720p. Lower signal is good. What is happening? I think we'll see. Thank you everybody for joining us. Welcome to Milwaukee, or the good land as Alice Cooper calls it. How's it going? Ritzy Mink. Welcome in. Welcome. Hey, Festa, good evening to you. How's it going? Welcome, everybody. I thought I'd stay local today, too, as well, instead of drive down to Chicago. Because this could potentially be the new workplace. So, aloha to El Toro. All right, so we're moving along. We're doing it, as they say, as the kids say. It is currently 4:41 p.m. And if you do encounter occasional buffering, just be alerted. We're doing our best to get back on the air as quickly as possible. Excellent. So welcome. We got a host of arrivals coming in. NetJets, an E175, another E170, an A319, Louisville, an A300. So welcome in. Welcome to good old Milwaukee. Remember, yesterday was much more cloudy. It's mostly, the clouds have mostly gone now. We do have a bit of haze. Here's some private jets at the Beechcraft hangar. And then most of our diversions are gone except for one. I'm going to keep it a secret which diversion did not take off yesterday. Did not take off yesterday. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on that. I don't know what the noise is in the background. All I know is I'm talking. Oh, you mean they're driving over speed bumps. The traffic below us is driving over speed bumps. They grade the pavement, so it reminds people to slow down. So that is what the noise is. Oh, look, we got an arrival. How about this? Bada bing. Just in time, we're underway here on Pip's Plane Spotting Live. I can't do anything about the driving over the speed bumps. I can turn down the microphone, but that's about it. E175, I believe this is in from Denver. It's a nice day here in Milwaukee, about 75 degrees. I wish it was cloudy. What's up, Southpaw? Yeah, we're on the top today. We'll see if this works or not. We will find out. But I accidentally drove. I wanted to go on level 5, but I accidentally drove up to level 6. I'm like, well, we'll give it a try. So here we are. Maybe get some sunburn too. sun burning up. Hey, Robbie, how's it going? Hello. Nice to see you, Robbie. Happy 5th of July. Hey, remember yesterday? That was pretty awesome. That was quite awesome. That was quite awesome. Hey, what's up, Q? There is a road somewhere that plays music as you drive over it. Has those grooves cut into it. Howdy. Yes, and now that you mentioned that, Q, trying to think where it is. But I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. So we got a private jet, Cessna Citation CJ4, getting ready to take off. And then we have, I hear the gates. So we'll keep an eye on them. You know what? I'm going to turn off this. So yesterday we were on the 5th floor. Now we're on the 6th floor. See if the video is pretty good. I know, Vesta, the SAS livery was amazing. Are you kidding? Yeah, I watched that probably 5 or 6 times when I got back to the hotel. Oh, okay. Sounds good, Southpaw. That sounds good. That sounds good. So nice day here in Milwaukee in the mid-70s. It feels so weird saying mid-70s. Hey, what's up, Treasure Maze? How's it going? Welcome in this Sunday. This will be episode 514 of Pip's Plane Spotting Live from Milwaukee, the good land. So it's great to have each one of you. I know what you're talking about, Southpaw. I know what you're talking about now. In fact, I can see the warehouse from the 6th floor here. Josh Aldridge says, our fireworks in OKC will be tonight since Mother Nature brought her own fireworks last night in Oklahoma City and Tulsa. Yeah, the same thing in Chicago. Everybody was washed out last night, Josh. Our friend Mattman said the same thing. So I wonder if we'll see fireworks tonight. But here goes our CJ4 out of the maintenance base and up and away. So again, we had a crazy Saturday yesterday. I thought it was just going to be a pedestrian, 5-6 arrivals each hour. But Chicago sent 8 diversions to us yesterday, and one of them did not take off and go back to Chicago. They were delayed. So all the passengers got off the plane. They had to deplane the diversion, and then those passengers either drove to Chicago or stayed in Milwaukee overnight. Simon Joyce says, hello, watching from the UK. Simon and Kathy, happy 4th of July. P.S. It's your birthday today. Well, happy birthday, Simon. 4th of July. How about it? That's an infamous birthday to have. The birthday that we declared independence from the United Kingdom. From the King. Next arrival will be Southwest 347 from Austin, Texas. 737-800 from Southwest. Treasure Maze, it is in fact from the parking garage. Going to be keeping a close eye that my Wi-Fi router doesn't get too hot. So, but yes, we're actually on the top of the garage. It does not have a cover. Yesterday we were on the 5th floor, and I accidentally missed my turnoff to go to the 5th floor today. So we're on the 6th floor. So we'll see how it goes. So a little better visibility, but the sun is still bright, so that might cause issues for the old hotspot. We'll see. But in the meantime, there is our 737 from Milwaukee. Damon Smith saying good evening from the UK. Damon, how's it going? Don Rumsey, salutations to you. Nice, my microphone is working today. Yesterday it wasn't working for some reason, and I apologize. But today it most definitely is my shotgun mic. Don, remind me, are you headed to Las Vegas this week, or was that later in the fall? I thought you said it was this week. So yes, this is Milwaukee, or Milwaukee, as the Americans like to call it. This could be where I end up working. I'm going to be meeting with some of my superiors tomorrow, and then get to try and do some apartment or home shopping to see if I can find something that makes sense. So this may be where you see future broadcasts. Ah, that's right. Okay, Don Rumsey on Tuesday. Okay. Roger. Thank you, sir. Couldn't remember if you were taking off yet. Oh, we got another arrival. Just like that, it is Southwest 1627 to 737 800 from Milwaukee, or from Denver, excuse me, to Milwaukee. There we go. So this is again from Denver, Southwest Airlines. Okay, so he's just going to leave the thrusters on. He's just going to leave the thrusters on till they come to a complete stop. Hey, thank you so much, Damon. It was an interesting holiday weekend here. Lots of diversions from Chicago, which was a ton of fun yesterday. If you missed the show yesterday, you definitely missed out. Festa, great question. So if it does work out, obviously, so Chicago O'Hare is about 70 miles from here, and I have a sister who lives in the Chicago area. So I would definitely do Chicago O'Hare, might do Chicago Midway. There's a corporate jet airport called Chicago Executive that gets a lot of private jets. Might do that. Then Rockford, Illinois is about 90 miles away, and so is Madison. I think Green Bay is like 100 miles, and then Minneapolis is 358. So like Minneapolis would be the furthest airport I would consider doing, and then Grand Rapids is 276 miles. Indianapolis is like 336. So, all those airports, but most likely I would probably rotate between Chicago O'Hare, Rockford, Madison, Chicago Midway, Chicago Executive, and of course Milwaukee. But once in a while we'll go to Minneapolis, and then once in a while see if we can go there once in a while. All right, our next arrival is a NetJet Cessna Citation Latitude, and then behind that, another Citation Latitude. A double shot of NetJets. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Episode 514. I thought about driving down to O'Hare today, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it local. Save some money on gas and tolls. It also costs tolls to get down to Chicago Air if you want to go the fastest way. No tollways up here that I'm aware of. Here in Wisconsin. I do like that breeze, though. That is very helpful. It certainly is a nice, good mix of different airports, Festa. Rockford, for example, is primarily a cargo hub for UPS, so you'll see a lot of 767s, 757s, A300s, and even the occasional 747. And like yesterday, it's a great diversion airport for flights that are trying to get into Chicago. Meanwhile, Madison's kind of a smaller commercial airport. I think they get about 3 million passengers a year. They have Breeze Airways, Delta, Sun Country, and a couple other airports. So, and then Milwaukee here gets about 6 million passengers a year, and Minneapolis, I think, is about 30 million almost 40 million passengers a year. So, and then Chicago is the big one. Wish Trash, watching from the surface line in my truck in Milwaukee. Welcome, and good luck to you in your possible new journey. Well, thank you so much. Very kind of you. Yeah, I was actually looking out today after church with Trash in, I looked kind of like over by Waukesha, Pewaukee, and then also Brookfield for like a new apartment. But that's a little far away, so tomorrow I'm going to look a little closer. So kind of south near Oak Creek tomorrow and kind of in this area. And then even the south part of downtown. But yeah. So thank you. Yeah, it was crazy yesterday. All those diversions from Chicago, Emirates, SAS, TAP Portugal. And there's still, don't give it away if you know, but there's still one diversion that has not taken off to Chicago that's still here in Milwaukee. And we might see it in the next hour. So there's a tease. Whoa, Matt Man sneaking in before his World Cup party. He's become part Mexican. Also part Canadian, too. Basically, Matt Man is the ambassador of the channel. Survive the iron infusion. Well, at least you didn't have to eat liver and onions for the iron infusion, because that's usually one of the primary ways I hear that you get iron. I had even some anemia as a kid, so I had to like take iron supplements and even have liver, spinach. There's a nice Gulf Stream and a nice Global as well. There's a couple of general aviation airports around here in the Milwaukee. I drove by Waukesha County Airport today. Didn't get over to, I think it's called Timmerman. But, yeah. So thank you everybody tuning in, hitting that like button, subscribing. Dire Wolfie. Stairs pulled on the surprise, by the way. Okay, Dyer, thank you for keeping it a secret. Excellent. Thank you, and thank you for the update. Yes. The surprise. What might it be? Which of the planes did not take off yesterday? There was only one that has not taken off yet. Wish Trash says, I'm in Oak Creek. There's some nice apartments in the area, and it's just directly south of the airport, 5-10 minutes. I think the diversion that's still here is scheduled to leave around 5. Thank you for that. Roger that. And that coincides with what was told by Dire Wolf. We still have a straggler from yesterday, Matt, man, and it's the one that you might want to see. So shh. Yep. So we're keeping an eye on that. Very, very cool. And at some point tomorrow, I'd like to just go to Lake Michigan and sit there. It's been I did go by, I think, is it Pewaukee Lake or Lake Pewaukee? I did drive by there and I was like, wow, it's really nice out here. It's a bit of a drive. So I think at some point tomorrow or Tuesday, I'd like to just sit by the lake for a few minutes. Thank you very much, Treasure Maze. I appreciate that. What's up, Scott Kuiper? Happy Sunday. So yeah, I have not had a chance to go to Lake Michigan yet. Which, by the way, I think is only, like 3 or 4 miles to the east? We came in, when I flew in yesterday, we came in on runway 25 left. So we came out over the lake and then did our turn. So that was cool. Got to see Lake Michigan. We're expecting also UPS A300 from Louisville, so that'll be cool. I think Southpaw might stop by for a little bit. El Toro says Lancaster, California is the location of the musical highway. It plays the William Tell Overture. Okay, thank you very much. That's corresponding to the sound you see of the grinded pavement to remind drivers to slow down as they drive over it. It's like the boop boop. Remind drivers to slow down because the speed limit goes from, I think, 30 to 15 as you enter the terminal. Caleb Croft says, coming to Salt Lake City anytime soon. Caleb, I have to be honest, probably not anytime soon. However, we'll see. I got to get settled if I decide to take the job. Got to get settled in, get ready to get to work, and then maybe next year going to Salt Lake City. You know I love Salt Lake City and would love to come back. It's just a matter of timing. So, long answer, yes, but nothing immediate in the plans. It does look like we have a nice global jet that's taxiing out. Or maybe just taxiing next door. Right by the Citation. But Salt Lake City is always in my long-term plans. That's one of those cities and airports I always will say yes to at some point. Yep, that looks like it's going to be taking off here in a minute. So thank you everybody for joining us here, episode 514. Jamaicans call the speed bumps sleeping policemen. Thank you, man. I don't have my soundboard with me today. I had to pack light, so I have my backup little mini soundboard that doesn't have all my sounders and drops and stuff. So, but we're grateful to be here. I managed to fit 3 days worth of clothes and electronics equipment in one suitcase, and then I carry my backpack. I think that's a victory. Hello, Yin. Right back at you, sir. Good afternoon to you. You know, Matman Waukesha reminded me a lot of like St. Charles or Geneva, because they have a river running through it, and then you're not too far away from Lake Pewaukee, which is beautiful. And you know, it's right in the middle of the I don't know, do you call Pewaukee a city now? Do you call it a town? Do you call it a village? It's right in the middle of the town, right in downtown. It's pretty sweet. I'm like, you know what? If I could find a place out here to live, I might do it. Road farts. I guess that's also an option, El Toro. So some of you new viewers may not know, I'm here in Milwaukee. I just moved from Tucson to Texas, and I'm in between jobs, but I have a job offer here, and I'm going to meet with some of my supervisors, get a feel for the job. I always like to meet people in person whenever possible and get a feel for everything, and then also see if I can find somewhere good to live. So. Does Milwaukee get any wide bodies? Well, if you had asked me that question yesterday, I would have said yes, because we had three wide body diversions from from Chicago. But really, as I understand it, and I know there are a lot of other local spotters on the channel, they can speak better than I. There is an Air National Guard wing here, Caleb, that has the KC-135s like they do in Salt Lake City. And then we also have FedEx and UPS. And we'll get the occasional charter in here that's a wide body for the sports teams, but most times it's like a 757. So usually the largest wide bodies are the KC-135s. I don't know if you consider them wide bodies, but a UPS 767, an A300, a 767, so yeah. However, Caleb, it should be made known that Milwaukee Airport is currently constructing a new warehouse cargo area that will be able to fit up to 5 747s. That's good to hear, Wish Trash. Glad to hear you got a good recommendation. Yeah, and Dire Wolf says 2027 will have the wide bodies when the new cargo ramp is done. So yeah, exactly. They are building a new cargo ramp. I can actually show you if you look closely. All right, so if you see that hangar way in the distance in the back, they are finishing a warehouse and ramp area for that new cargo area. So the hope is that they can attract cargo traffic and get a lot of wide bodies in. So yeah, if you can look in the way back where that big hangar is, and then if you look down a little bit, there's the top of the roof of that warehouse, and that's where that ramp is going to be to park those 747s and other wide bodies. They have to recruit them, they have to recruit the companies, but I think Milwaukee is very well positioned to attract some cargo traffic. Caleb, you gave it away. Don't listen to Caleb, everybody. The secret's out. It's you can probably tell that here, I'll show you real quick. So you got spotters already showing up here, so they know what's coming. A long time ago, Northwest from Detroit used to land Sunday evening. Long time ago. And remember, you know, here in Milwaukee, they used to have a lot more traffic, AirTran, and also Midwest Express, excuse me. I do hope they bring back Midwest Express. That would be awesome. Oh, hello. And there she is, Mattman. There's our visitor from last night that did not take off to Chicago, so it hung out in Milwaukee here. Ah, DC-10, that makes a lot more sense now. So yes, not only was it an A330, but it was the special livery. So there is our special friend. My understanding as I know it, Mattman, is, and I may be wrong because things may have changed, but when I talked to somebody this morning, they said that this plane is simply going to fly into Chicago, unload bags, and then probably make a ferry flight back to Copenhagen. And the reason for that, I guess, is just passengers and whatnot in the Chicago area. So my understanding is it's headed back to Chicago. If somebody else knows something differently, please correct me, but I believe it's just headed back to Chicago. So yeah, I drove by the airport last night around 8 o'clock and it still hadn't taken off. And I was like, you know what? I bet it's staying here for the night. And obviously between staying here and the crew needing their mandatory rest requirements, they hung out until this afternoon or evening. All right, in the meantime, we've got a 737 MAX 8 for Southwest Airlines. Okay, so it is going to Chicago. Excellent. And of course, this SAS was one of 3 heavies that diverted here yesterday from Chicago due to thunderstorms at Chicago O'Hare. We had the SAS A330, Emirates 777, and also an A330neo from TAP, Portugal. So yeah, I guess we could say we've been lucky for now 2 days. I did thank the man upstairs in my prayers today. I did say thank you for the diversions last night. SoCal girl, what's going on? I am a long way from Tucson Airport. It's true. If I remember, I'm thinking like 1,400 miles from Tucson. All right, if I had the heavy alert, I'd sound the heavy alert, but here we go. Back to Chicago. She's rolling. Here we go. fits so well in the blue sky. All right. How about that for some bonus Sunday action? So yeah, that SAS diverted here yesterday because of the thunderstorms. I'll tell you who I'm upset about is Chicago Rockford. They got like 7 wide-body diversions yesterday. They got 2 747s. They got Etihad, Swiss, American, and ANA. So I guess that's 6. But then they also got a couple of mainline Uniteds. But yeah, we definitely got some great action here yesterday. And today, no less. Road strip heavy alert. Yeah, there were diversions to Green Bay, Madison, and then there were some over to Detroit. They got some bonus Air France and Royal Jordanian action. All right, our next departure looks like it'll be SkyWest 5345, CRJ 550, the new edition. And in the meantime, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, consider supporting the channel. Thanks for everybody joining in. In fact, in about, what time is it now? In about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, we should have an A300, as well as an A319 and a 737-800, and a couple of A321s coming in. So stay tuned for that as well. So lots of good stuff. Lots of action, lots of good stuff. And the other nice thing right now is Milwaukee has runway, what is it, 1 right, 19 left, closed until next week. So this is our main runway. So this is, you know, we're getting 100% of the action here. Marco, happy 4th to you. Hey, Uncle Plane Guy, nice to see you. By the way, Matt, man, and everybody else, I know you, for you local spotters around here, this is not coming to you as a surprise, but there are a ton of shorts hanging out at I think it's called Freight Runners, or maybe it's Air Cargo, but there are a ton of shorts over there. So I drove next to that. That was pretty cool. During pre-storm, it looked like no less than 100 aircraft waiting to depart Chicago. That sounds about right. I counted just through Flight Radar, newest. I counted close to 70 diversions yesterday, and if you take that into account with the almost 40 on Friday and then another 40 on another 40 the last 3 days, Chicago's had like close to 150 diversions due to weather. So that's fun. That's fun stuff right there. SoCal Gal Outdoors says match starting soon. David asks, how long do you think before Airbus launches the A220? Seems like they are considering it. They're considering it because one of their die-hard customers, David Nealman with Breeze, wants the A220-500. He wants a center fuel tank so that they can fly to Europe more easily. So, nothing, well, Damon, if it's not in production, it'll probably take at least, I don't know, maybe 3 years to get done. You would have to modify, and then you'd have to go through proving runs and everything. Oh, the match last night. Okay, so you can probably see a little bit of this area, but if I remember my construction plans correctly, this area, this is where Milwaukee Airport is building a new international concourse. It'll add some additional gates, and it will improve on the current terminal which they have, which I think they have 1 gate. So it now will be connected to the rest of the airport, which will be nice, and passengers will have more access and restaurants to amenities and things like that. So that'll be nice. So that area, you can't see it all, by the way. They've started constructing and putting in the steel. You just can't quite see it. That's just part of the apron area. Well, we'll see, Uncle Plane Guy. We will see. We will see what happens. Thank you, everybody. If you're just joining us, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Ah, there is our Philadelphia arrival. It's turning base to final, so we should have an A319 here in a couple minutes. It's actually quite nice out. Got a nice breeze here at top in mid-70s. What's going on over here? Ah, there's the Beechcraft hangar. So we've got Southwest 1734 headed our way. The quick shuttle to Chicago Midway on a Max 8. Probably like 70 nautical miles. I bet they take off and they fly right over the lake. And then they take a right turn. That's great, Uncle Plane Guy. Joe Leary, what's going on, Joe? Good to see you. We just had our SAS diversion from yesterday finally take off and go to O'Hare. Some bonus heavy action today. Got our A319. Ah, Joe saying Milwaukee, Northbrook, Midway. So a more inland route. We got that 717 too. Hello, Rainy Cajun. How are you? Welcome in. ATC wants us flying right over Chicago. Okay, that makes sense, Joe Leary. Roger that. Taking the runway, Milwaukee to Midway. Milwaukee to Midway on a Max 8. Dave from North Little Rock saying hello. Dave, greetings. We just about, 15 minutes ago had our SAS diversion from yesterday take off and hung out here overnight. So we got a 717 and a NetJets headed our way. Don Rumsey says we haven't seen the 717 in a while. Joseph Nelson says Milwaukee, exposure if I fly international, always out of Chicago, live 25 minutes from Mitchell. Zach Montague says hello. What's happening, Zach? Well, hopefully my amazing marketing can help increase the international flights to Milwaukee. Granted, that is not my job, but I do have a communications degree, and I was a journalist for 5 years. Hi, Hyro. Good evening to Arlington. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but this 717 will be heading to Detroit, Rock City. We get another heavy on final thanks to Uncle Plane Guy. Our A300 is a few minutes out. I think I see its silhouette in the skies in the haze. A little bit of cloud haze today, but a very nice day. I'm like, if this is the weather the entire summer, I'll take it. I'll prepare myself accordingly for winter. Grumpy, good day to you. Grumpy, you're just in time to see the A300 arriving from Louisville for UPS. Welcome in. Milwaukee gets a lot of late night arrivals. I might have to stay up, do 24 hours. Maybe that's what I could do, Matt Man. I do a broadcast at Milwaukee till midnight, then go eat some breakfast, and then go down to Chicago O'Hare and get ready for the morning rush. Just a thought. So there is our A300 from Louisville. Maybe that's what I do. Mark Bright Spark, what's up, Mark? Thanks for popping in. Just in time for the A300. Yeah, Mark, I figured you'd be in bed now. I think Lynn's already zonked out. Look at those old school flaps. Those are pretty cool. Rainy Cajun asked where are all the 175s. I'm pretty sure they're flying in Seattle right now. I'm pretty sure this big boy is going to fly right by us, or taxi right by us, excuse me. Head down over there, over yonder. From Alexandria, Louisiana, huh? Yeah, Brazil beaten by the World Cup. Hans was celebrating that. Mark, yeah, for shizzle. There it is. Uncle Plane Guy, if you look very closely between those pillars, you can see the 128th Air Refueling Wing. So that is where your KC-135s are hanging out. That be where they hanging out. That be where they hanging out. Next arrival, Southwest 972 from Tampa arriving next. Oh, look at that. SAS is already on final. SAS is already SAS is already on final. All right, Festa, we'll see you next time. Have a great night. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. I'm thinking, depending on what time I get done apartment shopping, I'll either go to Lake Michigan or I'll drive down to Chicago tomorrow and broadcast. Dave says that's where the C-130 pulled up when you were flying back from Panama, or flying to Panama. Chase, what's going on? I'm doing great, Chase. New wrist, got Freedom 128th Air National Guard. You read my mind. Oh, here goes the 717 on back to Detroit. Easy on the caps, by the way. No reason to shout. Christian Perry, where's the coworkers at? That's a great question. I haven't seen any. I saw them working a lot yesterday when they had all the diversions.
Good cheese curds today.
Good cheese curds.
And I'm out of cheese curds money now.
What's up? Oh, look at you brought water. Thank you so much.
And good old Cousin's cheese curds for you.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't find a way to get up to the 6 now.
I did so accidentally, so that would sound about right. It was raining yesterday, so. There goes the roar.
There's our heavy for today. It just landed.
Yeah, you're one heavy for the day. That's right, some cheese curds. Grumpy Southpaw was kind enough to pick up some cheese curds.
Good cheese curds.
From Cousin Subs. Trying to figure out the vacation I'm waiting to go on. Frontier has the only cheap flight I could find in St. Louis, which had to be staying either at the airport or a hotel for a night. Ah, yes, the Frontier 8-hour layover. The famous 8-hour layover for Frontier.
And I've had one of those.
Yeah.
Coming out of Vegas. For whatever reason got delayed. My dad drives. And he left like the day before or something. He easily should have made it home before him flying. He made it home driving faster than we got out of before we got out of Vegas. I was like, this is fun.
This is our Southwest arrival from Tampa. Nice. Got a new home for you?
Yep.
Storm Chaser Mark checking in. What's up, Storm Chaser Mark? Good evening to you. We just had that 737 MAX 8 arrive from Tampa. A good bit of activity here. All right, let's see what's up next. Flying over the river, we got Flying over the lake right now, we've got Charlotte to Milwaukee American 2846 on an A321 next. And then, yeah.
321.
Yeah, 7-Eleven style.
That's our 747 right there.
Yeah.
Those are our 3Os.
Salt Lake City flights, yeah, it's an old Boeing 727. They, yeah, I bet they use that either for training or for training or storage, but mostly training, I bet. Tell you what, though, one thing I haven't mentioned, that's a legit heavy size blast pad right there. So they'll do engine testing over there at that blast pad. That's a serious blast pad. That's they should get like an MRO facility here, because that's serious right there. Brent Mazer says hello from north of the border. What's up, Brent? If you guys missed it, in the last 20 minutes, we had SAS take off back to Chicago after a diversion last night, And then we had our UPS A300 land.
Straight took off today.
What?
Straight took off today, huh?
Yeah.
SAS.
Yeah. Sammy Rosebrock says hello from Indianapolis. What's up? All my Midwesterners. Brent, since you're from Winnipeg, we'll count you as a Midwesterner. The SAS. When we saw it, you may not. So when you left, they were still parked there. Or no, sorry. They moved from obviously the runway over to the ramp area so they could deplane. So they could deplane everybody.
So they're probably waiting on the Emirates to get out of the way.
Yep.
I'll have to go back and check that one out.
Yeah, man. Samuel, I did receive the pics. I meant to post those, and I did not. I apologize. But yeah, I absolutely did. So my apologies. I'll make sure to post those. But we had a bunch of diversions here in Milwaukee yesterday, so I will make sure to post those. I apologize. Oh, looks like this Gulfstream's getting ready to go. Head out. 87 degrees and 52% humidity up in Winnipeg. Brent reporting. Yeah. Dave from Dave from North Little Rock just said, just checked, Frontier from Little Rock to Chicago takes 26 hours. That sounds on par.
25 of that is layover and waiting.
Right. Yep. 25 of that hours, yeah.
25 hours.
G550, Uncle Plane Guy says. I had 2 cargo lux. Yes, Samuel, send those photos on down. Send them on down. Absolutely. 2 cargo lux yesterday, man. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Maybe they were hiding due to the possibility of inclement weather.
Yeah, a couple of years ago when my son was in Cub Scouts, we had a scout trip over there. Let's play around inside of them, see all the equipment walking around the base.
So we've got American Airlines with an A321 landing shortly here. Should be able to see it shortly. I don't know about that, Uncle Plane Guy. Good question. Oh, and speak of the devil, there is the American. I see it through the haze to the west of us. That would be Bombardier. That Bombardier El Toro manufactures the Global Express jets, the 5500, the 6000, the 6500, and so on. That would be Bombardier. What's up, Tidanji? I think a little bit behind them will be Delta from the ATL, I think. Let's double check that though. Yep, there it is, Delta 1206 from Atlanta, 3 minutes out. Alright, our next arrivals, looks like it'll be, it might be a little bit. We've got a delayed Dallas A320, American 2135. Oh, and there goes the Gulfstream. Whoops.
I'm slacking, Pip, I'm slacking.
Yeah. Sounds pretty hot, Salt Lake City flights. Hey, Grumpy, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, other than that's part of the airport construction. What's up, Andrew? Andrew, I haven't had a chance to email you back. However, I will tell you, I did know that Frisco did have a rocket factory. In fact, I know it very well because the city for years has been trying to build a Central Park-style park on that property that no longer sits there. But, Andrew, did you know that Frisco also used to have an airport called the Frisco Jetport, and they had an 8,000-foot runway? "97 degrees. Oh my gosh, you almost put your hoodie on. 97 degrees. That must be terrible. Andrew, that sounds awful. The worst. Actually, I was talking with a friend, Aircraft Expeditions, Andrew, and I said I was probably the curse that made it so darn hot and dry. So now that I'm gone from Tucson, it will rain and be much cooler. Nice touchdown there by Delta. Going close to the end of the runway there. I think this runway is about 8,300 feet and that's just from memory. All right, Mark, have a great night. Sleep well, sir. We'll catch you on the next one. Next in line, Southwest 1286 taxiing out on a 737-800 to Dallas Love Field. 65 likes, awesome. Thank you, Matt Man. If you haven't hit the like button yet, make sure you do so. Yeah, they sure did, Andrew. They had a Frisco Jetport, and they sold it, and the city sold it, and then the developers who wanted to build homes demolished it. So, yeah. Got a DeSalle Falcon taxing out too. Welcome to Milwaukee, everybody. Well, I mean, I slept a lot, for sure.
For you yesterday.
Yeah. All right, here we go off to Dallas. There you go, Matt Man. I said DeSalle. DeSalle. Fair enough. Excuse me for a second. Rob, what's up? From down under in New Zealand. Hello, hello, sir. Welcome in. Dessau. Wow, we got quite the got the little departure parade here. Southwest getting ready to take off here. We're going to Baltimore on the 737-800, so BWE. I am in Packers country. Just wait till the fall, Rob.
He is in Packers.
Yeah.
Well, right now he's in Brewer City.
Yeah, Brewtown.
He's in Brewtown. Football don't go around here in the summertime. It's baseball season.
Yeah. Jim Rockford checking in. Happy 4th of July. And there's our CRJ from Alexandria. It is fantastic weather in Wisconsin. Yes.
It is. Summers can be like this all the time.
Yeah, it's nice.
This is San Diego weather.
Yeah.
Year-round San Diego weather. Now, a little less humid.
Yeah.
Take away a little bit of the humidity, which
Yeah.
is really not bad.
Yeah.
San Diego weather.
Okay, now we got the Dessau. I think that's like a 7X taking off. Uncle Plane Guy says it's a 900EX. Fair enough, Falcon 900EX. Morning from the UK, Kevin says. Yeah, it's very early. I think like 1 a.m. early. Hey, we've got an arrival from Southwest Airlines. No, Andrew, I was really tired. I had an 8:55 flight, and I had to be up at 4:30 yesterday, so I went to bed probably, I don't know, like 9. No, that's not true, 10, but I was in at the hotel by like 8:30, so I did not catch any fireworks. Rod Moyes, what's up, Rod? Checking in. Rod, sorry to hear about the Chicago beatdown last week to your Padres.
They did pretty good last year, so I gotta stay quiet. I can't talk crap about them. I can't talk about good teams. It's no fun.
All right, this Skywest flight, flight 5544, going to Denver. Yeah, they actually, Andrew, they have an Amtrak, and there's an Amtrak station right by the airport here. They do a shuttle from the station to the airport. So yeah, you can take Amtrak right into downtown Chicago. Bill, good afternoon to you as well, sir. Welcome into Milwaukee. Welcome in episode 514. This NetJets is taking off. We'll find out where. Maybe it's top secret. In fact, Andrew, if you, well, the train station is actually like just beyond the radar right there, just a little bit further. Might be, Dave. It might be. That might be a bit faster. Yeah. .605 local time here on Pip's Plane Spotting Live. Our next arrival, Republic 5619 from Delta Connection, from Boston. JetBlue does fly here, but they are in the morning. They fly here in the morning. You are, in fact, Bill, hearing rumble strips reminding people to slow down because we're right by the terminal. That is correct. I feel like I should just turn off the microphone. Getting a lot of bad feedback.
Good curds.
Good curds.
Good curds. I'm not worried about it. If I was worried about it, I would.
Very true. Thank you, though.
Welcome.
So 607. I'm just trying to take a look and see what we got inbound. A lot of activity the last ever since we got on the air, so the last 90 minutes or so. Our next arrival looks like it'll be...
Coming in here shortly.
Nope. Other than the Boston. Everything else is super delayed. Our next arrival actually won't be for another hour.
Really?
Yeah, because New York out of Newark is delayed. Delta out of Detroit is delayed.
You know the weather we had last night?
They're probably dealing with the weather.
They're
Yeah.
probably getting all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
Good, the lay the heavies over here. No
Yeah.
traffic, no weather over here. They're professionals at that hour. After last night,
Yeah.
they can handle it.
So this is our Boston Delta Connection arrival. Taxiing down to the runway will be SkyWest 5648 from Milwaukee going to Chicago here on a United Express CRJ 700. Storm Chaser Steven says hello, Pip. How are you? Rumble strips. Yeah, sorry, I misread. Steven, good. The Rumble strips. They seem to be the star of the show.
The rumble strips.
Yesterday, so my mic wasn't my shotgun mic, which you can hear right here, was not working yesterday, so I had to tinker with it today, and it's back working. So that's why you didn't hear the annoying rumble strips yesterday. But on the flip side, we heard the SAS engine roar quite well today. No, Brent. Nope, they're just rumble strips on the road.
Everybody slow down.
Yeah. There you go. There you go, Andrew. They're still good.
They're still good. Still in the bag.
Welcome back, Hans. He says everybody in Norway is celebrating after beating Brazil today. All right.
Started as the Wright brothers. What we have today.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Our next departures, though, looks like they're pushing back. I think. I think we get a Southwest headed to Denver shortly. 3885. So hello to the chat. Yes. I kind of did. So Stephen Likens, asking if I got a chance to drive around town today. I kind of did. So today I went to church in the morning, and then this afternoon I drove out west of the Milwaukee and the metro area to Brookfield, Waukesha, and Pewaukee. So on the far west end. And looked around. A lot of nice. Pewaukee's super cool, and they've got a giant lake in the middle of town. But it's a bit of a drive, I would say. Let's see. So I made it here in 20. I would probably say it'd take about 40 minutes from the airport to Pewaukee. So I might want to live a little bit closer. So we'll see. So yeah, Stephen, I haven't had a chance to go into downtown Milwaukee, really to go south. So I'll probably go south into the city tomorrow, and then potentially back out west. I think probably everything north side's a little too far for me, like up by Whitefish Bay and such. So I'll probably have a better idea tomorrow. And I might sneak down tomorrow evening to Chicago Air, or I may just come back here and broadcast from Milwaukee. What's up, Daniel? How's it going? Dave says Big Bend, Vernon, Mukwonago are southwest of the airport are great areas. Steven says we enjoyed our time in Milwaukee, loved our time in Phoenix and other places as well. You've been around, Steven. I like it. You're a wise man that can provide some advice. But definitely feels good to be back to the Midwest since I grew up in the Chicago area. So I sent a text to Matt, man. I said it's so weird looking at tree-lined streets again after being in the desert. Potentially, yes, Daniel. So, Daniel, right now, I'm looking for an apartment, and then I also wanted to meet with my potential coworkers, get to know them, and kind of then make my decision after that. Ghost Trash says pretty much everything south and southwest of the airport are all nice areas. I was actually even considering going like all the way down to like Pleasant Prairie. Steven's still stuck in Florida for a while. I'm sorry, Steven. I'll tell you what, I was excited to see Quick Trips again. I like Quick Trip.
All around.
And I saw, you know, back in the Midwest, because the official store of the Midwest, the home improvement store, is Menards. So, I saw that. Mm-hmm. No, just soda. Good soda. Alright, JL Photo Texture says, went plane spotting today at Houston and saw a Lufthansa 747 and a Challenge Airlines Cargo 747. Excellent.
Jealous.
Hmm?
Jealous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know Pleasant Prairie is a bit far, but... So, I did a little test driving today, and I kind of feel like Brookfield could work. I think Waukesha is probably a little too far. If I could live on the lake, I would live in Pewaukee, but that's probably too expensive. So.
Yeah, living on Milwaukee Lake, yeah. Get that out of your brain right now, Pip.
Well, I was about to ask a lady at her house, be like, "Do you have a spare room for rent?" You know, you won't know if you don't ask.
Hey,
She probably looked at me weird, but
you never know.
Yeah. Yep.
Could have been the one person that looking for a little financial help on her own.
Yeah.
Live on Milwaukee Lake, and you need a tenant.
Yeah. Do you need a tenant to take care of your house? The 727 Kevin is probably, I don't know directly, but my guess is it's mostly for training purposes. Alrighty. We do have that American A319 headed back to Philadelphia, I think. I think it would be coming from Phoenix, but... Alright, excuse me for a second. Dave says Lake Beulah in East Troy, right on the freeway. There you go, Dave. Now you're thinking.
Yeah, it's going to be a little drive for us.
Rob, I don't know that I'll be able to do Minneapolis this time, but if I end up taking the gig, then yes. Yeah, we'll most certainly stream from Minneapolis, absolutely. Mm-hmm. In fact, I was telling Damon right when we started this show, or somebody, that we would probably do like on a regular basis Chicago, O'Hare, Midway, Chicago Executive, Rockford, Madison, and Milwaukee, and then maybe once in a while we'll do like Minneapolis. So.
Have you scoped out Madison yet?
Huh?
Have you scoped out Madison yet? I was looking on Google Earth today. I'd have to drive out there. Just looking on it, I didn't really see any place that you could probably do it from. I get away with a couple areas over there if they don't
Yeah.
drives or whatever.
Sounds like I need to make a friend or two.
Yeah, there you go. Dude, that would be awesome with the F-35s out there.
Mm-hmm. I think sunset here is like 8:15. Thank you, man, for that information. So again, we also talked about the fact that they're building a giant warehouse. I think it's about 300,000 square feet down there, in the hopes of attracting several cargo carriers. They said the ramp area would be sufficient to fit 5 747s, excuse me. So now it's about attracting the business.
Pressure shouldn't be too hard.
So Stephen, I was looking at, like we talked about yesterday, those ferries are super expensive. Grand Rapids would be great, but yeah.
Probably $200 just for a passenger to get across there.
Wish Trash says not sure how your schedule will work if you do take the position, but the Milwaukee Air Show is the weekend of July 18th. Everything performing stages at Milwaukee International Airport, or Milwaukee Mitchell. Well, that is good to know, and that would time out pretty nicely. Pretty nicely. If that does end up happening, then yeah, I'll probably head up here for that.
I know, obviously the military jets, but I'm not sure about the planes. They might hit Timberland on the north side, which is the smaller plane. I've never tracked them to find out. But the jets and everything, yeah, it doesn't have to be here.
Hey, Jonathan Bilbaum checking in from Chile, a member of Premium Economy for 9 months. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Good evening to you. So, Stephen, I heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true, but I heard it from a good source that they like banned live streaming in Oshkosh. I don't know if that's true. It's unfortunate if that is the case. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll get a chance to get up to Oshkosh, but I'm sure there might be other broadcasters there, so we'll see.
If I'm gonna get up there this year, it all depends what comes to Boeing classes. Everyone else is going. It all depends. This is a long day in the city too.
Well, I'm sure. And there's usually thunderstorms that form in the afternoon. So yeah, we'll see.
I mean, it's
We
nice
will
when
see.
They got the air shows going, but those don't start till the afternoon. We have the night air shows.
Oh, okay. Well, the air show's the 25th and 26th, not the 18th. I was gonna say it would be kind of weird having it the same weekend as basically Oshkosh. So that makes a little more sense.
I think they've done that. I think they've had it on the same weekends.
Sorry, I'm eating some organic strawberry fruit strips. Cheese curds and strawberries.
I bought you some Miller, but that might go over too good. Drunk on live stream.
Yeah.
Although that could be entertaining.
I don't drink.
And it would really be entertaining if you had a couple of sips of that.
No.
Yeah, I don't do that much anymore either.
So that A319 must be waiting for flow time into Philadelphia. In the meantime, hey, we do have an arrival. There's that American 2136 that was delayed, and A320 is on final, landing in about 3 minutes. And then behind it is Mesa United Express from Houston, and E175 behind that. So 2 arrivals here in the next few minutes. Danielle, what's going on? Hello to Elk Grove Village. Yeah, so Danielle, tomorrow, and to everybody who's watching, so YouTube has this thing, it seems, where if you schedule a show at least 24 hours in advance, more people seem to tune in. I don't know if that's true, but it sure seems that's the case. So long story short, I scheduled a show for tomorrow at 6. I don't know if I'll make it down there in time or whatnot, but I figured just in case I would schedule it. So if we do end up having time, that the show can attract more viewers. But yeah, that is the plan. Potentially. What's up, BRB? Great to see you, sir. Milwaukee to Grand Rapids, $270 round trip. Yeah, see, that sounds about right, Steven. Meanwhile, gas-wise would be $50, $60 round trip. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Not bad. When I first started, it was $180 just to get across. Yeah, it's not cheap.
All right, so this is our American 2136 A320 landing next. Good to have you back, ERB. We missed you and we were thinking about you, sir. So we've had an A319, an A320, and an A321 make an appearance for American on the show today. Hi, Barbara Sterling. It's the Prop Whisperer from Myrtle Beach. I should have not had those cheese curds on an empty stomach.
Now you tell me.
No, it's not your fault. I'm grateful for them. I was just like, oh. I am grateful. I'm gonna have to get like some Canada Dry or something. Next up is our United Express arrival from Houston Intercontinental. Zach says, gonna go for now. We'll see you next time, Zach. And Andrew, thank you. Yeah, this is a good location. We were actually just a floor below yesterday on the 5th floor. This is the 6th floor, and this is the top of the parking garage. So yeah, this is pretty good. As long as it's not too hot, this is a great location for sure.
This would even be good for the other runway too, because there's a defense over there.
Yeah.
It's close, but still be able to get it.
My understanding, Wish Trash, is looking at the NOTAMs from the runway, is it'll be open next Monday, so a week from tomorrow, the 13th, according to the NOTAMs. And that should be back in action. I really want to try and do a show up on the hill because it reminds me of San Diego, because we've done a lot of San Diego shows. It reminds me of like San Diego, a lot of similarity. San Diego Light. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Steven. A ginger ale. Ginger ale. of Verner's or Canada Dry. Hi, Ritzy Mink. Welcome into Milwaukee. Now, if we don't do a show tomorrow, we will most definitely do one on Tuesday. In Chicago, that is. If we don't do one tomorrow, we will most definitely do one on Tuesday. So just FYI. Yeah, but that's in the morning. Ritzy Mink, I think it'll be Chicago O'Hare, just because it'll be a little less of a drive to O'Hare. Might, yeah, and then drive back up. You know, I should have gotten one night in O'Hare, but that's all right. So yeah, my hotel stays entirely here in Milwaukee. No biggie. Booyakacha! This is not Grand Rapids, you're right. It would remind me kind of Grand Rapids. You guys had a few number of diversions to Grand Rapids yesterday. This is the place potentially, yes. It is, yeah. I was driving around different towns today. We'll see, Ritzy Mink. They did, so Dave, on the property they did, but they have no jurisdiction anywhere else, so there might be other areas. So like fashion outlets or the Lowe's hotel parking lot or where have you. Stephen asked, what position would I have at the airport? I would be the big kahuna. No, I would not be the big kahuna. Airside operations, I think they call it coordinator, I believe is the correct term. So a similar position to what I did in Tucson, Stephen. Yep. Thank you, Booyakacha. Appreciate it. Andrew says I should do a live stream from on the CTA Blue Line into Chicago. That would be a spotting video of a different sort of view, you know, as a prelude to a full show. Yeah, I could do that, and I could also be attacked. That would be cool. Yeah, but no, you're right. Start from downtown Chicago, Andrew, and then take the Blue Line out to O'Hare. Yep, that is exactly right.
People that do that too, get on the CTA and just set their cameras on.
ERB, not officially. I'm up here to explore and interview. I'm interviewing them, I guess you could say, asking questions and then meeting with them. So not quite yet. So we've got, looks like a couple departures. Philadelphia is still waiting to take off. And Southwest 3885 is finally taxied out to Denver. So that's the Southwest we see right here. And I guess the Philadelphia must be waiting for weather or flow time. Well, I'm not worried about Andrew, I'm not worried about the last 4 stops. I'm worried about the other 18 or 16 stops out to O'Hare. That's a good suggestion, Ritzy Mink. Now our friend Mattman has to go around 7, so we appreciate him moderating. He's got a World Cup party to attend. But we should have quite a bit in the 7 o'clock hour if you folks will stick around with me. Well, thank you, ERB. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll just see what happens. Oh, nice. Audrey says hi. Well, hello, Audrey. Booyakacha. Hello, hello. Thank you so much to everybody watching in Grand Rapids. What's up? TK! Pip says, so good to see you again. Last time was in San Diego where I live. I'll keep an eye on where you are in the future. Excellent. Well, I potentially, TK, would be here in Milwaukee. I would have loved to work at San Diego, but they didn't have a job opening potentially. So yeah, I'm up here in Milwaukee kind of exploring the area before I make a final decision on the job. And just trying to get a feel for the area. So potentially it would be up here. Yep. So yeah, potentially up here. So I fly back to Dallas, I believe, Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday evening or Wednesday. All right, so let's head off now to Denver. Denver, 3885 Southwest Airlines. Roger that, Ritzy Mink. I'll take a look at the map. The battery. Don't worry, I've got a backup. At least I think I do. Stand by. And we're back. Yeah, we're getting some nice breeze off the lake. This is nice. Dave says I'm dying. The house I grew up at in Wauwatosa is listed on Zillow worth $1.1 million. Congrats, Dave. Congrats. Yeah, I was looking in Wauwatosa or Tosa. How do you say it? Longo. Haven't looked there yet. Still waiting for that A319 to take off to Philadelphia. I feel like a good seller. Yeah, the rumble strips, ERB. The rumble strips. The good old rumble strips. All right, we've got the turn completed for American Airlines on A321 going back to Charlotte, getting ready to taxi out. I wish. Hey, John Southwell, good evening. Welcome in everybody to episode 514 from Milwaukee. Yeah, Steven, it is probably the cheese curds. Yep. That is the noise. Thank you, sir. Very funny. Very funny. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. A lot of comedians out there. I think this one will probably take off before Philadelphia. Or maybe there's a flow program for Charlotte as well. There's airside ups. Where's Christian? You know? There it is. There's airside ups. They got Explorers. I don't know how I feel about Explorers, but okay. Here we go, back to Charlotte. It sure is. Yeah, typically, I think other than our cargos and the KC-135, Steve, and the A321s are typically the largest aircraft here at Milwaukee. All right, man, we'll see you later.
See you later,
Ticker.
Batman.
Southpaw SI. So what do we have inbound? That was a bus. Well, that Chicago CRJ flight to Milwaukee is delayed an hour and a half.
Pick him up for about 150.
Yeah, seriously.
Still be back here in time. $150 odd dollars. I'll pick you up per person. Three of you in.
Tim Arnold, what's up, man? Telly, how's it going? Hello, hello. So again, they're currently constructing a new international terminal here, which will add some additional gates and some customs area so they can do more international flights, especially from like Caribbean places and such, even north of the border.
That'll be cool too.
Yeah.
Little variety going on over here. Cargo's coming. Trying to bring in the money.
So we've got, I believe, 3 arrivals in the next 20 minutes. So the average arrivals every hour here at Milwaukee is probably like 4 or 5 per hour. And then there's a couple hours that are very busy. Like I think 6 o'clock is one of the busy hours. 11 o'clock is most definitely one of the busy hours. So we've got inbound arrivals from Denver, from New York, from Nashville. I think there's San Diego also, Minneapolis, and United 5555 from Chicago and Oh, was that canceled? Yeah, that was canceled. Never mind. Yeah, so we've got about 4 arrivals in the next little bit. So this is definitely not like, this is more on the variety of like Tucson. A little busier than Tucson though. A little bigger than Tucson. Obviously Chicago O'Hare is super busy. And Minneapolis is pretty dang busy. But Milwaukee gets about 6-ish million passengers per year. So yeah. I might afterwards just go drive to Lake Michigan just for kicks. It's like 3 or 4 miles that way, right? It's just over yonder.
Yeah, it'd be no
It's not very
problem.
far, yeah.
Take Layton to the 794 bypass.
Yeah, just to the lake. Just driving to the lake.
And north, and you're good.
Yeah, just do a Blues Brothers.
Go down to through the beach and everything. And
See that? Yeah.
Eventually catch Lake Drive. Got a bunch of mansions over there. Like the mansion area. Lake Drive.
There we go. Yep. My mansion on the lake. Buy a mansion on the lake. You betcha. You betcha. Old mansions. So, yeah. I'm sure they need a lot of renovation. If you're just joining us, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you very much. Welcome to episode 514. Also, subscribe so you know when our next broadcasts are. JRAL Corta. You know what? JRAL Corta. What's up from Anna? Welcome to Milwaukee. Let me try that again. What's up from Milwaukee? Fuel truck in the house. We're expecting 4 arrivals here in the next 20-25 minutes. I wonder if I can get free parking on the job. That would be nice. This sucker is heading back to Boston. E175. What is up, Canic Bean? Good evening to you. Yeah? We'll find out. We'll find out. I was looking at apartments today. So a good possibility we'll be broadcasting from Chicago tomorrow, if not Tuesday for sure. Yeah, so I guess I could say Tuesday 100% if we don't do tomorrow. Might sneak down and say hi to my sister, we'll see. Yeah.
Too bad of a job. It's all freeway. Won't catch traffic. Wave to you almost every day, man.
Rumble strips. Rumble strips. It's either the star or the show. I bet if it were possible, they'd send a super chat to the Rumble strip. Or join premium economy for 99 cents. All right, let's go back to Boston on this E175.
some of this weight that I've been dropping.
Alright. Looking for our next arrivals. Oh, I see Nashville from Milwaukee passing over Burlington right now. So we'll have an arrival in 10 minutes. Then I also see Southwest 4021 from Denver on a MAX 8 arriving here shortly. And Philadelphia still waiting to take off. I swear they've been out there for about an hour. You can barely see, actually you can see the tail barely behind the FedEx plane. Poor passengers. Weather.
Do that military flight, hurry up and wait.
Yeah, hurry up and wait. That's a good way. It's a good way to put it.
That private military charter that no one knows about. Hurry up and wait.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
You know about that stuff all too well.
So it's been a cool weekend. We, again, for you viewers who didn't tune in yesterday, we had 8 diversions come here due to weather in Chicago O'Hare, including 3 wide bodies. We had an A330neo from TAP Portugal, an A330-300 from SAS, and a 777 from Emirates. And SAS didn't take off back to Chicago till today, so very interesting.
That would have been interesting to hear ATC talking that yesterday.
Yeah. Alright, so Nashville looks like it'll be first, then Denver right after it. Argentina will avenge Brazil. Hey man, Argentina almost blew it against Cape Verde. So, Cape Verde, the soccer island hotspot. And then I see Endeavor over the lake right now from JFK, CRJ 900, Delta Connection Flight 4986. ERB says France will be the winner. I say, in the year of the American 250th anniversary, we will be World Cup champions.
So we got home field year.
That's right, home field advantage. It is time.
Home
Yes, that is
field
correct.
Year advantage.
That's right. 3 minutes out from our first arrival. Southwest 4733, and then behind them will be Southwest 4021. That's what happens when you get a smaller airport. You do have some downtime. This will be our commercial section of the program. Actually, not a bad idea. Liam says, I'll be over there fueling American 6211 when it gets in. Well, thanks for saying hi, and we'll keep an eye out for you. Although, I haven't had breakfast. I just had cheese curds for dinner. I was fasting today, and I think I'm going to go to Denny's for pancakes.
There you go.
Well, thanks for saying hi, Liam. My name's Pip. We've been here the last 2 days, and I am potentially taking a new job here, so we might see each other in the future. There is Southwest Airlines in the distance. Yep.
Cubs and Brewers both won today.
Nice.
Brewers tried to lose it today. They had the lead.
American is finally moving. Good for them. Good for them. But are they going the right way? They might. They might be. They might be going back, yeah. They might be going back to the gate. They either... they might be out of fuel, the crew might time out, or Philadelphia is just not letting them in. Like, sometimes we would play the waiting game. If weather got better, we would send the crew out. Because if you just leave them at the gate, then it takes like 30, 40 minutes to load up everybody.
Yep.
And then you're behind. So sometimes you take a chance. There's a bit of a wind off the lake. I would say probably 5 to 10 knots. It's a nice breeze, ERB. Nice summer breeze. Temperatures mid-70s Fahrenheit. Yeah, they're coming probably back to the gate, which I'm sure people are thrilled about. This is what weather does. This is what weather does.
Sure does.
So this is our Denver arrival. Another MAX 8 behind it. You know, Telly, it's definitely a lot cooler. A lot cooler for sure. A lot more pleasant. However, a lot more humidity. No mountains. Now, Telly, the question is, if I decide to live up here, ask me how I feel in the middle of winter. We did a show in Anchorage while I was living in Tucson, and that wasn't too bad because I layered myself up. But we'll see when it's snowing all the time and you're like, ugh.
Honestly, winter, it won't be that bad. For the most part, we're going to get our single digits in our
Yeah.
neighborhood in January or February, but it's like a week or two. Other than that, maybe 20s.
Nice.
Which is tolerable, and you put on enough light.
Yeah.
The wind's not blowing so bad. 20s is tolerable. I would turn my heat on in the apartment until it gets about 20 degrees. That hot Sicilian blood, so the apartment, I'd have my windows cracked when it's 20 degrees just so I can cool off.
All right, and next up we got San Diego arriving on a MAX 8 from Milwaukee, just a few minutes out. And then turning base just in a minute will be Endeavor 4986. Yeah, so I guess these guys are going back to the gate after waiting for about an hour. Unfortunately.
That 1 year we were over there, the F-15 was taking off. We wasn't more than 100 feet off the ground. It was afterburners coming over the Lake Avenue over there. And you'd have to sit down at the lake all day and wait till 2 o'clock in the afternoon for the jets to start.
Milwaukee weather is similar to Chicago, yeah. I would say,
Very similar.
yeah. They both sit along the lake, yeah.
Only 90 miles apart.
That's right, only 90 miles apart.
The weather doesn't change that much.
So we got our CRJ going final, and then San Diego Southwest 3075 right behind it. Thanks everybody for tuning in, liking and subscribing. Appreciate all of you tuning in to episode 514. We might be on the air tomorrow, so do, if you can do me a small favor and pre-like our show for tomorrow if you haven't yet. Might be able to get down to Chicago around 6. We'll see. That's right in the middle of traffic, so that is a poopy. So we'll see. If not, then most definitely on Tuesday. Yeah. I might be considered a trader ERB if I live in Milwaukee.
Sports teams?
No, we were talking about living in Milwaukee. Nice high angle of attack there. And down. Dave says, I rather enjoyed snowmobiling and ice fishing in Wisconsin in the winter. You know what's funny, Dave? I drove right by some wave runners for sale, and I was like, oh, man, I might have to get me one. just park a wave runner, just buy a wave runner. Just have it for fun. Carolina Aviation, CRJ, yeah, surprise. What up? Funny guy. Hey, Carolina Aviation, that SAS that diverted here last night didn't take off till this evening. All right, San Diego Southwest 3075 arriving next. Very funny. Very funny. Funny guy. Good old Carolina Aviation. Again, this used to be an AirTran base with Southwest bought AirTran, so that's why you see a lot of Southwest planes here in Milwaukee. Got a couple of E175s headed out to the runway, United Express and Delta Connection. But I'll tell you what, we got an arrival here. Looks like a private jet. Or is it a regional aircraft? No, it's a SkyWest 4464 from Minneapolis. CRJ 900. That was cool. I think yesterday they sent an A220 to us. That was pretty rad yesterday. Thought that was kind of interesting. So let's fire up that CRJ. Carolina Aviation CRJ. Surprise! Shazam! Where is it? Ah, there it is. You certainly do, man. You sold out. Carolina Aviation sold out for the Hurricanes logo, and then also for Air France. You are a sellout. They get a UPS, as you can see, FedEx and UPS. Once in a while, rare while, they'll get a 747, rarely. But they're building a new cargo ramp right now, ERB. Hopefully they can attract some 747 cargo aircraft. That's the hope. That is the hope. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to go get some dinner. We've had a jam-packed show the past couple hours. And I'm going to go grab some dinner. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on a busy Sunday. Please, again, like our Chicago show for tomorrow. If we don't do it tomorrow evening, we'll be on the air Tuesday afternoon. So please tune in for that. And thank you so much for tuning in. Look forward to seeing all of you. And everybody have a great evening. And take care. And if we don't talk to you tomorrow, we will talk to you Tuesday. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, that is. Pip Hastings Aviation episode 514 here live from Milwaukee. We will see you next time. Have a great night, everybody. See ya. Good night.